Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that we could be back and we can be creating something fantastically fabulous today. But today we're not here to really do anything major, so this will end up being a quick video, unlike the first entry into the series. So if you're new here or unfamiliar with what I'm doing, or you didn't pick it up in the intro, me and Lunar Wisdom are doing a collaboration of sorts where we both give our perspective on a set list of spell topics, otherwise known as practical witchcraft. In today's episode, what we're going to be talking about are amulets. Now, in this particular case, this is going to be demonstration purposes video. I don't make a lot of amulets. I think I've only made one, and that's when I made a protection ring, which is somewhere on my channel. Now, don't forget to go down to the description and check out the link that will take you to Lunar Wisdom's video on the exact same topic, where she offers her perspective on working with and dealing with amulets. So the question that we're left with is, okay, well, what the hell is an amulet? And where can I buy one? Well, generally you don't really, well, I mean, you could. You do. I mean, let's be realistic, but you can also make your own amulets. So let's put that out there too. But if you don't have all the tools, or you don't know how to or what an amulet is, or any of that, it's going to be difficult to make one. And you think, I'll just buy an amulet that's already magically imbued. It's actually better to imbue it and put your own intentions into it. There's nothing really wrong with buying a quote-unquote amulet for your own purposes, one that's been magically imbued. It's just that it's a lot more powerful if it's your energy and your intentions. So let's talk about what an amulet is. So I always get mixed up between the difference between an amulet and a talisman. And I don't want to say I've never made an amulet. In the physical aspect of crafting an amulet, I have never made one. In the magical sense, again, with that ring that I showed you. Now, according to the internet, and everybody has their own different opinions on what an amulet is, but according to the internet, an amulet is any object usually small in size, so a ring or a necklace or a bracelet, intended to bring good luck and or protection to its owner. Any of the object believed to hold magical properties that can protect against bad luck, illness, and evil. It may be used for a specific purpose or generally good luck. Potential amulets include gems, crystals, simple stones, statues, coins, drawings, diagrams, pendants, rings, plants, animals, or even words. They are often worn on a necklace or pendant, although can be worn anywhere. The closer the body they are worn, the more powerful the magic is believed to be. So obviously this is a piece of desert rose selenite. If you could put it on a necklace, you could wear it as a very gaudy necklace. It's very big, it's a little heavy. I don't think they would work as earrings. No, I don't think so. No, they're too big. But let's pretend this is our amulet for a minute. So I actually think a crystal would be an amazing amulet. I have made rings, well, a ring, I should say. I have a set of crystal rings that I wear if I go on dates or job interviews or whatever, because for me, I believe in their natural properties. For example, you already have a magically, you know, imbued crystal here. Let's talk about the purposes of selenite. Selenite is to absorb, cleanse. It is able to restore energy. It's able to, you know, if you're wearing a piece of selenite, you're able to, you know, cleanse yourself, your soul, your body, your mind, your heart, your temple from all of the negativity. It is also good to wear for protection because it does absorb all that negative energy, and it basically cleanses it. And so it's just, you're just wearing a giant, like, absorby fucking sponge around you all day long. Now, if you wanted to, you could imbue this. So let's use my clarity incense, my mixture. And this mixture is just patchouli, red sandalwood, and peppermint. It's the original 3. I've got videos on my channel somewhere talking about it. So I like to do the, and I'm not actually going to imbue this, so just a forewarning, I'm not actually putting any magical intentions into this today. This mixture I do like to burn if I want to clear my mind of anything. So let's say that I wanted to imbue this amulet, as it were, with the properties of clearing my mind and allowing me to think freely. So how might I do that? Well, one of the things that I would suggest to do is that you focus and you clear your mind. Hello, the reason I'm burning this incense. But you clear your mind of the day's events, you meditate, and you come into a trance-like state. And in that trance-like state, you can visualize and see the energy of the selenite. And I used to do that a lot when I would buy crystals. I would go into this trance-like state and I would basically stare at the crystal. And with this particular piece, I remember doing it with this piece, I remember what I would see is this bubble, just all the way around. There were other bubbles on the selenite coming off almost every single crevice and peak that you would see. But what I would see is the energy of the crystal just flowing and vibrating. And so you want to be in that kind of state when you are putting your intentions in. You want to see the already aforementioned energy on that crystal. And then you want to visualize what you want it to do. So if I want this to bring me clarity, I'm going to visualize myself in a complicated situation, but being very clear-minded and focused. And as you're visualizing that, you're running the amulet through the incense smoke, visualizing it, letting the incense smoke create the new energy pattern, create the new, you know, the new way, like reprogramming the crystal, so to speak. You're reprogramming, or you're adding a piece of programming to the crystal to allow it to basically not only cleanse and help block or absorb that negative energy that might come towards you, but also give you a clear mind. Now, selenite is probably the worst crystal to be doing this example with, but you understand the point that I'm getting across, okay? So you're moving it through the incense smoke. Let me put a little bit more herb on here. You're moving it through the incense smoke. You're letting the smoke waft over it, wash over it, feel its energy, feel the power radiating off of it through you into the crystal, through the crystal into you. You're tying yourself to the amulet. You're tying your intentions to the amulet. you're imbuing the amulet with its powers, and you're really visualizing that. And at the end of the day, you should be able to stare at your crystal and see its original energy patterns about it, but also see the new energy pattern. That pattern of being able to give yourself a clear mind. And the real important thing here to know is that it really is all about visualization. You want to visualize what you want to happen. You want to implant that in your mind so that when you're wearing the selenite and you get into a situation where a clear mind and a clear head for thinking is really needed, you can hold that selenite and feel that clearness washing over you. Now again, selenite is the worst stone to do this example with because it already does all of that for you. But again, it doesn't have to be a selenite. It could be a necklace, a ring, a bracelet, an anklet, a piercing, anything really that's on you all the time, all day, 24/7. I wear a necklace. I can imbue and enchant that with magical powers if I wanted to, for protection and luck and all of that good stuff. Amulets really are about protection and some form of magical power. Now, in the little snippet that I read to you from the internet, because not everybody is educated on what an amulet is, it can be imbued with properties of luck, but that is not just the case. See, this is the other issue, is that people will read this, you know, they will see that it says it brings good luck and or protection. Okay, so I guess I can only imbue it with luck or protection. You could actually make an amulet for your enemy and imbue it with really negative energies and give it to your enemy. Energies that might make them lose their job or their spouse. You can break a couple up with giving one of them an amulet. You got a guy that's sleeping with some other guy and you want him back. All you have to do is make him a necklace, enchant a necklace, be like, your relationship's fucking over. Now, keep in mind that even with crystals and all of that, everything has two sides. So just because it's a selenite, it's cleansing and it's warm and people love it and people put it near their crystals, you can actually, I mean, for fuck's sakes, just hold this piece of desert rose selenite and it feels prickly, it feels hard, it feels scaly, it feels like it's scratching my hand as I'm rolling it around. I mean, think about the negative aspects of that. You could imbue this with some negative motherfucking shit. Now, this particular piece of selenite feels like it's losing a lot of its power the more I hold it, so I'm just gonna put it down. Amulets are meant to be worn, or, you know, in the body somehow. On the body. I mean, you could put one in the body. I mean, if you wanted to, you could, you know, those people who've got fake knees or they've got fake hips, or even fake boobs, you know, you might not be able to get hold of the thing that you're trying to enchant because it's inside your body. It's not like you're going to start slicing open your knee. But you could, you know, put the intentions in to, let's say if this was my knee and it was fake, you know, you could put the intentions in because it is going to go into your fake knee. And it is attached to your body. It technically could be an amulet, but, you know, let's stick with what amulets usually are. They are things that you wear, that you keep close to you at all times. Their general purpose is protection and luck. However, you can use amulets, contrary to what other people think, you can use amulets for all kinds of things, you know. You can use them to break people up, to curse people, to hex people. That's why they're called cursed objects. Like, come on, people. You could make a cursed amulet that you give to somebody. Now, just be careful, because if you give that to a witch, they're going to know how to cleanse it and get all that negativity off of it and all that stuff. But if you're giving it to somebody because you want to break them up, well, then there's a whole other story. Okay. So that is pretty much my conversation on the concept of amulets. And now we're going to jump into another video, or I'm going to start recording another video for the conversation on talismans. So if you like this video and you agree or you disagree or whatever the case may be, don't forget to go down into that description and click on that link and see Lunar Wisdom's video on this very same topic, because she has some really good points in said video. So until next time, my fabulous creatures.